It's the TheGearTester here. And in this video I'm going to do a little comparison and contrast between the Blade-Tech Eclipse holster and the Blade-Tech Total Eclipse holster. And I like the construction of both these holsters. I have equipped both of them with these little wings that then have a strap here to make both these holsters inside the waistband holsters. But they come with a number of different attachments that allow you to use them as outside the waistband holsters. But they work very well as inside the waistband holsters. And I like this option. It really cups around your body. And because the straps, the attachment system is not right here on the pistol, it actually, or on the holster, it actually slims down the overall thickness of this system rather than having them on a holster like I have right here, okay, where these snaps are attached directly right here. That's a rather thick package, okay? But when you do these wings, okay, it really slims the overall package down, and it also displaces the weight, or it actually disperses the weight, not displaces, but disperses the weight, making these very comfortable holsters. But I've been looking, I've had this one for the better part of 6 or 7 years and have used it quite a bit here. This one is new, and the Total Eclipse is a little different than the Eclipse holster. The Eclipse holster, I think both these are made out of Kydex, but this one seems to be more of a molded, almost custom Kydex look, and I actually don't prefer that. I actually prefer the Total Eclipse holsters. The way in which it's constructed, it just seems a little stronger, and the lines on it and retention, although the retention is not bad on either one of these, the retention is tighter on the Total Eclipse, which is a newer holster from Blade-Tech. Also means with the Total Eclipse that you can use this for a right-handed or left-handed holster. You would just switch the attachments, okay? So that's important. You've got some more versatility happening here, and you of course, then you could, I guess, leave both these wings or both these portions here, or you could cut one off if you're going to carry primarily right-handed or left-handed, okay? But I have not liked the Eclipse as much, or this Eclipse holster as much as I thought I would, because I did not like the CANT. So if it rides on your waistline or inside your pants, inside the waistband like so, there's some CANT. You see there's some CANT here. So when you reach back to get it, your hand is canted and you got to draw the gun. And I've always thought that it would be nicer for this to be a straight up and down pull. Just, okay, rather than kind of an out. And I've actually found that I do not like the Total Eclipse. I don't like that straight pull. I actually prefer the CANT. And I prefer that for a couple of reasons. And I'm going to show you those here with a pistol in it. What it means is if we've got these both on a belt, okay, like so, the CANT is actually more comfortable when it comes to sitting and when it comes to concealing, in my personal view. What am I talking about? Well, what I'm talking about here is that with it being canted up, it actually gets this portion of the pistol up further and it kind of conceals it better in your garments. Whereas if I make this a straight line, you see there, okay, as in this one, so if it's holding it straight now, it means that the pistol pokes out, at least my back, when I do things like bend over and things. It prints more with the straight up and down draw than the canted draw, okay? It also means, I want you to notice the space right here between this snap and the grip of the pistol, and keep in mind that this is a Glock 26, not a 19 or a 17, okay? So that would mean that the grip's only going to get longer out here. We pop this pistol out of that holster and we put it here. Notice the space difference there? That's a lot, and what I find is when I go to grab my pistol, my hand continues to touch and bump on the snap. Now, it's not stopping me from being able to effectively draw the pistol, but it is hampering my draw, and I dislike that significantly. And again, you're getting more and more out here, so you just continue to touch it. And I do find, although it doesn't stop me from drawing the pistol, okay, effectively, it does complicate my draw. So if you're thinking about buying either one of these holsters, I would encourage you to consider the Eclipse over the Total Eclipse, okay? Unless you're wanting to be able to switch it from right or left-handed, unless you're wanting some of those. All the hardware and everything still fits on these holsters the same way. The retention is excellent on both, but I actually like the Eclipse over the Total Eclipse because of the CANT and the functionality is there. And I would have never realized that if I hadn't purchased both of them. I've always disliked the CANT. I've always thought a straight up draw would be more comfortable and would be easier to access, and I've actually found that not to be the case. It's not just with the clip. I actually find, although this is annoying where it touches, I also actually find that the CANT actually makes it a little bit easier for me to draw this holster, or draw my firearm from this holster. So it's just something to consider and think about. What I wish Blade-Tech would do is it appears that Blade-Tech is still producing the Eclipse and the Total Eclipse. Okay, and the Total Eclipse is the straight up and down draw with no CANT, and it's made with this, it feels like it's being made with either a different kind of polymer, different kind of Kydex, or a different way in which they are pressing the holster. And I like that. I like the lines are tighter. I think the retention's a little bit better here. That doesn't mean the retention's excellent. I've never felt like my pistol's going to fall out, but I like the fit, finish, and the quality level of this. So I wish that Blade-Tech would start producing the Eclipse with the same kind of polymer and the same look, but still keep the CANT, because I actually think that the CANT, although originally not very desirable to me, is actually desirable. More desirable than the Total Eclipse. So there you go. I hope this video was helpful and interesting and useful, as maybe you considered purchasing either the Eclipse holster from Blade-Tech or the Total Eclipse. If you liked this video, if you found it useful, helpful, or interesting, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel for more quality video reviews on the topics of shooting, camping, and survival gear. This is the Gear Tester signing off.